Hello everyone, it's Leo, and today we're going to check out the next few episode titles for Healing Good. We've already talked about up until episode 33, but now we also have titles for episodes 34 and 5, which we're going to talk about in this video. So, just remembering, in episode 31 we're going to have the power-up, the new healing arrow. In episode 32 we're going to have the girls going to the Sawaizumi Inn and trying to learn more how people work there. And it seems that it's going to have a little focus on Chiyu's brother. And in episode 33, we're going to have a little focus on Nodoka's doctor, the one that treated Nodoka when she was a child. Yes, very interesting, right? But now we have episode titles for episodes 34 and episode 35. Before that, if you haven't seen us talking about episodes 31 to 33, there are already magazine scans, most specifically about episodes 31 and 2. So if you want to check them out, the link will be on the description box. Just go and watch that, in which we discuss what might happen in episodes 31 and episode 32. Plus, we also have episode descriptions of those 3 episodes as well, that we don't have in episodes 4 and 5 that we're going to talk about here now. So in episode 34, we're going to have I'm My Own Rival, The Wings Chiyu Desires, and in episode 35, Throw It With Your Hands, Treat the Ball Connected to Your Youth. Very nice. Those episodes are all going to be airing in November, except for episode 35, which is going to air in December 6th. And a very interesting thing, we're not going to have at least, it seems based on the descriptions of those episodes, we're not going to have a Halloween episode. We usually have Halloween episodes in PRECURE, but the pandemic really messed up the Healing Good timeline, and maybe they're cutting it off completely. It's hard to know at this point, but maybe they are, or maybe they didn't even plan to do one, since in the week of the Halloween, we're not going to have an episode, right? We're going to have a little break. There is going to be a sports event on TV Asahi most specifically, where PRECURE airs. And so no episode this week, unfortunately. But now let's talk about those 2 episodes that we see here. In episode 34, we're going to have a Chiyu episode. So finally, we're getting back to the character-driven episodes, thankfully. And maybe episode 33 is going to be about Nodoka and her relationship with her doctor. And now in episode 34, we're going to see Chiyu in her relationship with herself. Chiyu is going to have this little moment to herself in which it seems that she is going to actually realize that she is her own rival. But I don't think this is a new realization. This is very close to what we've seen in previous Chiyu episodes. Especially right at the start of Healing Good, we had an episode in which she had the Gips and she battled herself. And then in an episode together with Asumi, a Chiyu and Asumi episode, she also talked about this fact that when she is training and she's not being able to overcome the things that she needs to overcome, she is also battling her own self. And so this is something that is definitely not new for Chiyu. This is something that she has been already touching this topic. She's already been talking about it. And we're going to actually see this in action again in episode 34. I wonder if they're already starting to finish the character arcs in Healing Good earlier than usual. If Healing Good is actually going to be cut short, we still don't know that. And one interesting thing about this is that in Healing Good PRECURE, the characters, they don't really have a character arc as some characters in previous seasons had. So the characters in Healing Good, they don't need a big closure. It's actually easy to work with them, except for Nodoka, that has more of a personal relationship with Daruizen now. And so she really needs this closure. She really needs a moment with Daruizen in the season itself for her character to make sense, for her character to work. So I really am curious as to how they're going to work with those, with Nodoka. And as I said before, I think the last battle of Healing Good is going to be Nodoka versus Daruizen. This is just a theory of mine, nothing really talking about this in the season itself, but the other characters, you don't really need something specific to talk about. In the season. As we had, for example, just a quick example, in Star Twinkle, we had Madoka and her relationship with her father, and we had Uni and her relationship with Planet Rainbow. Those are two examples of characters that needed some sort of closure at the end of the season. The characters in Healing Good don't necessarily need something like that. So I feel like it's easy to end the season without actually addressing something specific, apart from Nodoka. So I wonder if that is what we're going to see now in Healing Good. They're probably already starting to maybe close the character arcs, or at least like try to give a closure to each of the characters in a very simple way, except for Nodoka. And now, episode 35 is a big mystery. So, as in episode 33, probably a Nodoka episode, and 34, probably a Chiyu episode, what makes us believe that episode 35 is going to be a character-driven episode 2? The title does not give it away. Throw it with your hands, treat the ball connected to your youth. So, what does it really mean? I think that, as we are able to see here, in episode 32, we're getting a focus on Chiyu's brother, and there's also going to be a person who's staying at the inn that is going to be infected, that is going to turn into a Jigabyogen. So we're probably getting a focus on those two characters. And in episode 33, we are probably getting a focus on Nodoka's doctor. So maybe in episode 35, we're getting a focus on an adult character, since it's saying here, treat the ball connected to your youth. So the person is probably remembering something when he or she was younger, right? But that also makes me think, if we're getting a Nodoka episode, if we're getting a Chiyu episode, maybe we're getting a Hinata episode in episode 35. So this makes me wonder. Hinata is a character that has a family. We've seen her family in Healing Good before, right? But we never saw her mother. We see her father, her brother, and her sister, and we kind of see like her sister a lot in this season, but her mother was never mentioned and she never appeared. So what happened with her mother? Maybe her mother isn't really here anymore with her. She isn't part of her life anymore, and she is probably remembering it in episode 35. Can this be a thing? Can this happen? I have absolutely no idea, but you know, it would be interesting if they touched on this topic, if it's relevant to her character. So maybe she's remembering a memory that she had with her mother when she was a little child, and now it's going to be a focus of episode 35. I would love to see that. Or maybe it is just a random character. I just put this picture of Guaido here because he is beautiful, he's handsome, and he has big pecs, so that's why. I don't have much to say about Guaido in the next few episodes, I think. I just hope he gets a new beautiful form, just like our girl Shindoine got. But anyways, going back to what we were talking about from episode 35, maybe it can also be an Asumi episode. Maybe we're going to have a character who is going to remember something about their childhood, and then this character is going to get related to Asumi at some point in this episode as well. It is very hard to know just with the title, but I feel like this is something that is probably going to be important for the character that is being in question here in episode 35. So I really hope that it's going to be a character-driven episode, whether it's Hinata or it's Asumi. But we are going to see soon enough. Not soon enough, only in December. It's going to take a while. But before the episode, we might have the episode details and episode summaries. So we're going to understand a little better what can happen in episode 35. I'm curious. Very, very curious. Anyways, what is your thought? What do you think is going to happen in the next few episodes? Are you excited for the next Healing Good phase? Today, I am trying to work with a new microphone that just arrived. I'm super happy. And please tell me if the audio is better. Maybe it's getting some outside sounds that it isn't supposed to, but I'm going to use it with time. So this is it. I want to say thank you very, very, very much. A special thank you to all of the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for believing in Magical Cinnamon. Thank you so much for being here with me. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so, so, so much as well. And until next time, bye-bye.